So yesterday we discussed about the brief concept related to what is meant by framework and types of framework that we have. So in today's session we are going to discuss about the concept of test-ng annotations. So we already know that what is meant by test-ng. Ng means next generation. Always we are going to use like based upon the environment what we are working, based upon the project what we are working, based upon the requirement from the client we are having. So we are going to have this framework concept in our real-time environment. So this real-time framework and this framework will have the concept of annotations, where these annotations are the key concept of Selenium WebDriver in TestNG with TestNG framework. Without this annotations concept, we can't even complete the TestNG framework. That is the reason we are using the concept called annotations. What is meant by annotations? Annotation. So annotation is nothing but in general, we can say annotation is a keyword where it is going to be used in order to control the execution of script. A keyword which is used to control the script execution. Annotation is represented by the symbol at the rate. By using at the rate, we are going to define the annotations. Below are the list of annotations we have. What are those means? At the rate test, at the rate before test, at the rate after test, at the rate before method, at the rate after method, at the rate before class, at the rate after class, at the rate before suit, at the rate after suit, at the rate before group, at the rate after group. So like that we have all this list of annotations: at the rate test, at the rate before test, at the rate after test, method after method, before class after class, before suit after suit, before group after group. Here these are predefined annotations in TestNG. These are predefined annotations in TestNG. By default, we can use these annotations from this list. So what annotation that we need to use in our script designing part is the next question. So based upon the situation, based upon the dependability, based upon the functionality, based upon the flow of your application, we need to use the concept called annotation. We need to use the concept called annotation. If you observe the list of these annotations, we have at the rate test, but we don't have at the rate method, we don't have at the rate class, we don't have at the rate suit, and we don't have at the rate group. But we have only at the rate test, where it is followed by at the rate before test, and after that at the rate after test. But don't worry about this. For every before and after, the neutral point is at the rate test only. The neutral point is at the rate test only. So at the rate test is very important annotation in the TestNG framework. In the TestNG framework, generally, let us discuss about one example so that you'll get clear picture how we need to use this particular annotations concept. Suppose I have an application where create an employee in the HRMS portal of a company. So steps to complete the flow. So what are all the steps that we need to follow? One thing, open the browser, enter the URL, log into application with HR credentials, navigate to employee search, search with the employee, if created, log out from the application. Sixth, else create an employee with all required details. Seventh one, log out from the application. Here the main points are employee search. We have two things here. One is employee search. Second thing is, if employee is not available in the database, then we need to create one employee with all the required details. These two are very important points, right? So in order to define these 2 points, what are all the common things that we need to perform? Suppose, let's say for example, I want to design two scripts. One script is for employee search, second script is for creating new employee. In that case the most common things in that particular program is open the browser, enter the URL, log into the application with HR credentials, navigate to employee search. These 4 points are common, and then log out from the application is also the common point. Tell me, Ramakoti garu.
Yeah, in this fifth step, you are saying that if created, log out from application,
Yes.
and again at the end also log out from the application. I did not get. I mean,
In between fifth and seventh point, we have one more point.
okay,
Else create an employee with all the required details. I said this is a
oh,
condition. I am
okay,
validating whether it is there or not. If already
okay,
created, directly log out from the application. If not, create in the HRMS portal and then log out from the application is this point.
okay, okay, okay. I got
Next.
it.
So in this particular example, I have two things. One is employee search. Second one is create the employee details. Means for these two tasks, the common things are you need to open the browser, you need to enter the URL, you need to log in, you need to you need to perform employee search, and then log out from the application are the common points. Are the common points. Means in that case, what is the unique thing that you need to perform here? Either you need to perform employee search, or you need to create an employee. Either one you need to perform here. In both the cases, we know the common points what we need to have in the particular script. In that case, the annotations will be used in order to control this execution part. In order to control this execution part. So if you want to control the execution part, let's see what I'll do in this particular example. I am going to use only at the rate before test, after test, and test annotations here. At the rate before test. In this particular thing, I am going to have open the browser, enter the URL, log into application with HR credentials, navigate to employee search. After this, I'm going to close this one, @test, search for an employee or create new employee action I'm going to perform, @after test, log out from the application. Log out from the application. Here, if you observe this program, what will happen when you are trying to execute the program? So when you click on run button in Eclipse software after designing the program, immediately the program tries to search whether our program is having @test annotation are there in the program or not. Yes, @test annotation is there. If @test annotation is there, and then immediately it will try to search whether our program is having before test or not. Yes, before test is there. If before test annotation is there, first it will execute all these things. First it will execute the action what we have mentioned in this before test annotation, and then it will execute @test annotation whatever the action that we have been mentioned, and then it will move to after test annotation, and then it will move to after test annotation. Like that, the execution flow will be differed from one program to another program. There are so many alternatives in order to design this program. So not only this one, there are so many kind of alternatives. So I hope I'll explain one or two of them so that you'll understand what I want to say here. Okay, so the first method of designing this program is like this. And second way to design this program, I can put the complete program in one @test annotation. Sorry, before saying this, we'll discuss about the concept of priority. Now, suppose I want to design the script like this. I want to design the script like this: @test, @test. When you click on execute button, as I said, not only in that particular script, in TestNG concept itself, when you are trying to execute the automation script, first the software or the compiler will be searched with @test annotation. If @test annotation is there, then it will execute @test annotation, or it will try to search with @before test or before method annotation. But remember that if you are having methods like this, @test, @test, like multiple methods with same annotation name, in that case, how the script execution follows, how the script will get executed, how the script will be executed. The script execution will be happened in a random order. The script execution will be happened in a random order. So that random order will not worked out when you are executing the program like this. Open the browser. Suppose, let's say, for example, when I click on run button, execute button, it will execute in a random order, as I said. So in that case, if the system tries to execute this one, search for an employee and create new employee or create new employee. So to perform this action, first we need to open the browser, enter the URL, log into the application. Without executing this particular task, particular test method, it won't execute this one. It won't execute this particular test. So that is the reason when you are executing the script, make sure that the script execution should be controlled by yourself. Here, the script execution will be controlled by using the concept of priority. By using the concept of priority. What is this priority? Suppose I have @test like this here, and then @test like this, and then @test. Three @test annotations are there. In that case, first I want to execute this one. Priority is equals to 1. For this, priority is equals to 2. For this, priority is equals to 3. Means if you are going to mention the priority, first it will execute all this thing, all the action mentioned here. Second, it will execute this action. Third, it will execute this action based on the priority what we have been assigned. This is nothing but the concept of @test, @before test, @after test. First, I'll execute one program and I'll show it to you how it needs to be, how it is going to be executed, uh, so that you'll understand it very clearly, right? Sample script I am going to design here. Let me open Eclipse. Yes, please tell me.
Yeah. Here, the second way, all three are, see, first way you said before test, at the rate test, and after test.
Yes.
Second time all three are at the rate test only.
Yes.
Okay, but you are giving some priority numbers 1 to 3.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes. We'll see. Anyhow, we will see that execution part so that you'll understand it very clearly what will happen when we are not giving priority and when we are giving priority. So for that purpose, here this project here, and I'm going to have all the configuration within 1 minute or couple of minutes. Selenium Web is my project name. So I'm going to have build path, sorry, build path, configure build path, libraries external jars, WebDriver 3.1, Chrome driver, copy, two things, Selenium, open, and then external jars, done. After that, add libraries. So we don't have testng libraries, right? So anyhow, I need to explain. So till now, WebDriver related files has been configured to this. Now testng, how we need to download this testng, how to configure testng. So the testng, till now whatever the configuration that have been done, all the configuration will be in your system, but testng configuration will be done by using install new software option under help menu. Click on install new software. Click on install new software. Once you click on install new software, you are going to see work with like this. So for this, you need to enter one URL, http. We don't have in this list, huh? Okay, http beust.com/eclipse. Click on add. Enter the name, which is nothing but testng. Click on OK. It will try to search the testng libraries. So just a moment, it is still searching for the libraries. Yes, the libraries came here. Just open this one. So you are going to see there are so many libraries in this list. Just check this testng and click on next. So it is going to be installed in your libraries. The operation cannot be completed. See the details. So maybe this file has been already installed, so that is the reason it is showing me Google core libraries for Java is already installed. Yes, your system is having TestNG libraries already installed. Or okay, fine, we need to install. That is what I showed you, right? Go to help, click on install new software, and enter the URL beust.com/eclipse. Once you enter this URL and click on add, it will ask you to enter the name of that particular framework. Just enter testng or any name, so that it will show you the testng libraries which will be from the browser. Click on run button. Automatically you are going to install the software like this. Anyhow, I'll explain you the same concept one more time, so no need to worry. Just for our representation, that annotation programmatic purpose, I am doing all these things. No need to worry. It needs to be restarted. Project has been restarted. Again we need to configure it now. So how to configure means, as usual, the same thing. Select the project, right click, build path, configure build path. Go to add library. Here you will find testng. Click on next, click on finish. You'll get testng libraries like this. Once you configure this one, just click on OK. Automatically testng libraries will be configured to this particular folder. Once this configuration has been done, now you'll be able to design testng scripts. Otherwise, testng scripts will not be cannot be designed. Now let us start designing one basic script here itself. I'm going to create one new package. So the package name is test frame package. In this package, I'm going to create one class file, annotation class. Click on finish. So I need to create a program now. Okay, so we already know how to launch the driver and all those things, right? @test public void browser launch system dot set property of WebDriver dot Google dot sorry driver, comma, we need to copy the path. So where I have been placed, let us copy, let us extract this thing. Guys, just I'm designing the script for to show you how the annotation works. So that is the reason I'm just designing the script. Just watch the script how I'm designing, and we will discuss about the same script once I completed the design part. Open the browser. Now open the browser into the URL driver.get demo.opencart.com. Yes, I'm going to take this URL. Enter the URL has been done. Page load time, thread dot sleep, which is nothing but 3000. Once the page has been loaded, now the test public void title is the second method name. Capture the title of the page. Driver dot get title string a is equals to system dot out dot println page title is plus a. Now, so need to change the project setup compliance, right? So right click on this build path, configure build path, Java compiler, change this compliance from 1.4 to 1.7. Yes, the issue will be resolved here now. Set property, this is one. Chrome driver, import this thing. This one throws exception. Drivers. Okay, here I'll create WebDriver. Driver is equals to done. See here, if I'm going to execute this program, what will happen? See now. Oh, it tries to open the Chrome browser. Sorry guys, my system is not having a Chrome browser. That is the reason it is not trying to open the browser. But anyways, I'll show you one more sample script without Chrome browser. No need to worry. @test public void first system dot out dot println. This is the first test method. See how many things that I have designed here. First, second, third, oh sorry, fourth, fifth, done. So I'll import test annotation. So this is the first method. Why it is rename first? Oh, two methods are there, right? First, let me delete this one, not required. Okay, there are 5 annotations in this: at the rate test, at the rate test. So like this first method, second method, third method, fourth method, and fifth method. There are 5 methods in this program. So I haven't used anything, just I am executing this program. Just watch it how it is going to be executed. Run as. Why it is not happening? Compute launch button tooltip encounter problem. Please change the S. What is that, Ram Kutir?
Yeah, those methods we have changed, copy pasted, right?
Yes.
Could you please change the statements because everything it is showing as first
Oh, okay.
method.
Okay.
Uh,
I
it
understood.
will create unnecessary confusion. Yeah, thank you. Because the very purpose of the
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, compute launch. That's fine. Yeah. Let me execute this program. I'm clicking on run button. What happened, man? Okay, fine. uh, Try to understand how I am going to execute this program and how the system is going to execute this one. Here I have designed 5 methods in this program. One is at the rate test, one is second, one is also same thing, third, fourth, and fifth. There are 5 methods which are with the same annotation name. But when I click on execute button, every program, as I said, every program will try to find out at the rate test annotation is there or not in the program. Yes, at the rate test annotation is there. Then if at the rate test annotation is there, are there any duplicate annotations are there? Yes, duplicate annotations are there. Then how the system is going to be executed, how the script is going to be executed? In that case, the script execution will be in a random order and it executes in a random format. It may execute first, or it may execute second, or fourth, or fifth, or sixth, or random order it will execute. But as I said, TestNG framework itself gives the execution control to the user. That is the reason we have a concept called priority. When we use the concept called priority, then the script execution will be happened in a priority way, in a priority format. That priority will be represented by using the keyword priority is equals to 1, where we are going to mention priority for the n number of tests. Suppose this is priority 1, this is priority 2, this is priority 4, this is priority 5, and this is priority 3. means first it will execute this particular method, second it will execute this priority 2, third it will execute this one, fourth it will execute this priority, fifth it will execute this priority. Like that, priority depends upon how the system is going to be executed based upon not illegal argument exception. So based on the priority we have mentioned in this particular program, the program will get executed. So this priority concept is very important. Apart from this priority concept, we have one more keyword called depends on method. We need to discuss about that. We will discuss about that depends on method in the next session. But here, before going to the concept of before test, after test, before method, after method, first we need to know what is the exact meaning of @test annotation. Remember that not only in this particular training session or in our example programs, every program, when you click on execute button, immediately it will try to search @test annotation only. If @test annotation is there in the program, then only it will execute the remaining methods what you have been mentioned in the program. Otherwise the remaining annotations will not be executed, that is the program format, that is the execution format, how it is going to be executed. Any questions, guys? So maybe I have this problem, path problem, I need to check it out. So anyhow, I'll check that problem and I'll get back to you in tomorrow's session. So any questions from today's session?
Yeah, Shiva. See, you mean to say without @test annotation, there won't be any execution.
There will be execution, but there is no use of designing the script with testng at that time.
Uh, okay, you mean to say the order we cannot control, you mean to say
Yes, not
the
only the
execution
order,
order. Okay,
suppose let's say for example, I have 100 scripts. Okay,
okay,
so today we know in our real time we have multiple environments like staging environment, test environment, production environment, training environment, development environment. Like that,
yeah.
we have multiple environments in our real time,
Yes,
right? Suppose you design an automation scripts in framework, testng framework, or in normal scripting. First let me talk about in normal scripting format and then we'll come to testng. In normal scripting, what will happen here is, suppose you design an automation scripts, 10 automation scripts you design. Okay, 10 are individual because there is no dependency, there will not be any dependency when you are designing the scripts without framework, right? That is what we discussed in the earlier session. But if we have a framework, there will be a dependency between one script and another script and we can control that part also. But coming to the normal script, when you design 10 automation scripts where every script is having URL, driver.get URL, driver.get URL, like that, you are going to mention in all the 10 automation scripts that URL is related to development environment. Okay, tomorrow next day, some of your team members or team leads came and asked you to execute the same script in test environment. What you need to do here?
we need to change the URL
Yes, if you have 10 automation scripts, then how many times you need to change the URL?
10 times.
But when you are talking about framework, when you are designing the framework by using this annotation concept, by using this framework concept, just one time changing URL is enough in order to execute, in order to apply the same thing in all the remaining scripts. That will happen only with the concept of framework. So what I mean to say here is, suppose there are 10 scripts in my system which I have been developed under the concept of framework. Okay, now the same thing, I have designed the scripts in development environment. Tomorrow my manager came and he told me that I need to execute the scripts in test environment. Again I need to open the script, and again I need to change the URL. No need to change the URL for 10 times in the concept of framework. Just change the URL in one class file. That same URL will be applied to the remaining 9 class files even. That is the concept of framework. Did you understand
Uh,
now?
yeah,
Confusion?
theoretically it is fine.
Practically we have lot of sessions. No need to worry about that. In the
Okay.
initial session, I can't say everything related to framework,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes, I do agree with that.
Yes. So that is that this is the first case. But your question is, without at the rate test annotation, can't we design the script? Is your question? I am
Hmm.
saying that we can design the script, but you are not going to control the execution. First thing. Second
Okay.
thing is, the script design format will not be any differentiation between the normal scripting and the framework scripting. That is the second difference. Basically, the framework has been designed to use the annotation part only. Without using annotation, why we need to create the framework?
There won't be any advantage you mean to say.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
That is what.
Okay.
Any other questions? Don't worry, but the theoretical wise is a little bit you are going to you need to get clarity when I'm doing this in a practical wise. So then only you'll get clarity. Otherwise, it is somewhat complicated for you to understand. Maybe today the path problem is there, so that is the reason it is throwing me an error when I'm trying to execute. In tomorrow session, anyhow, I'll update this one and I'll check this path